Hi everybody, it's Kathy here from Kathy Loves to Scrap, and I'm bringing you from down under my layout that I'm joining in on the May I Scrap Lift You hop across the world. My page today is from Jennifer Gagne. She was our first one in the list, and this is the layout that I've chosen to scrap lift with my three girls and using these papers here. As you can see, it was a nice layout that had a lot of detail, but I was able to create it using a whole range of scraps. Now, right throughout May, we're all going to be scrap lifting a whole list of different artists and people on YouTube and Instagram, and the playlist will be in the description below. So please watch, please like, please comment, and give the girls some encouragement as we build our pages scrap lifting each other. So today with my scraps, I've gotten them all together off my pile, and I've created my frame by cutting out a 1-inch border, which I have mounted onto pardon me, a flat white sheet of paper, which allows me to extend my page. Now, Jennifer's layout has a lot of fishtail banners in it, and that's what drew my eye to it, and the fact that I was able to utilize scraps to build this page was an added bonus. Now, one of the strips is a little bit thinner, which is fine because that allows the movement across the page. And what I have done is I've cut strips of paper that are about 1 3/4 inches. And then I have inked all of the edges so that it allows some detail and some interest to the page. And it also defines the borders of each of those fishtail banners. So to start with, I've got my chipboard title here, which says siblings, because it's my three girls in the photo, and it was a night where we went to see Beauty and the Beast at the theatre. My middle daughter, she absolutely loves Beauty and the Beast, has since she was a little girl. That's the only girly thing about her. So we made sure for her birthday last year that we took her to see Beauty and the Beast and the live performance, and it was outstanding. So what I've done is I've laid down my first layer here, and that's set up the rest of the layout, because it has now allowed me to manipulate each of those pieces and move them around so that the colour coordination happens. And you'll notice that, like Jennifer's layout, my fishtails are staggered up and down across. They're not in a straight line, and that allows for movement. It also allows for the fact that I can manipulate the page accordingly to the colours and to have some sort of a chevron effect, and then also shift it just a little to break the chevron effect. So it's quite an easy layout. It looks time consuming, and that's because you are mixing and matching your colours across the layout. But as I said, perfect layout for using up the scraps, and I loved how Jennifer had done that, and that's what inspired me to have a go at this layout. So once I've finished laying out the colours that I want, I'll finish off with the final fishtail across the top, and that allows the layout to be a complete piece of cardstock again. I always like that about scrapbooking. We always take one big piece of paper and we cut it up, and then we put it all back together again to make one big piece of paper, and that's the beauty of scrapping. So I've got my photo here, which is a 5x7, and I am popping it up off that busy background by using the foam tape. And it is quite a large, busy background, so by popping it, I can tuck things in and around and break it. I have taken the ephemera that I collected from different places out of my collection, and I'm just placing it around until I find the most appropriate place for each piece on this layout. And I want to try and keep true to Jennifer's, because when you're scrap lifting somebody, you need to pay homage to their layout as well as making it your own. So these pieces of ephemera mimic how Jennifer had her three to the side. Now my photo is larger than Jennifer's, and therefore my side embellishments are smaller, but the concept is still there. And I'm just went and fussy cut the flowers out of some other of the scraps that you saw at the very beginning of the video, and I'm just layering them up so that I'm happy with the layout and the way they fit on the page. But as you can see, this can change multiple times throughout a layout, because you'll think you've got it right the first time, and then you'll start to put it down permanently, and then you'll change your mind. And as you can see, I'm going to make a change with the flowers at the top, because once I put the bottom ones, I liked that order a lot better. So now I'm happy with how that's going. I have put them down off the screen because you don't need to see me gluing them all into place. And I'm now using a black fine line marker or a fine line pen to outline some of those fishtail banners. And that's to give some definition to the page, and it's also to add some interest and draw the eye around the page. So as you can see, I'm taking my time contemplating where to put those lines in, where best to draw your attention across the page. And they are messy lines, they don't have to be ruled, they're just done. I've added down the bottom here where we were and the year, so future people will know what the event was. When I have a layout like this that I don't really want to put the journaling to the front, I don't want it to be a feature, I write it on the back of my layout so that future people can read about the story of the event. I've added some stickles there to the centre of those flowers to give it a bit of sparkle, and I'm adding in my clusters of 3 dots of Nouveau dots in the pink so that it all ties in and blends. And Nouveau dots, as people will know if you watch my videos, and please do watch my videos, I use them to finish off all my layouts, and I've put them into the 3 spots around the layout to set up the triangle so that your eye just moves and roams the layout evenly across. So there you can see how those clusters have come together, how the banners lay across the layout, and it is really quite an easy layout to do, but it looks so effective. So thank you today for joining me on the first day of May I Scrap with you, where we all had the choice to lift one of Jennifer's fantastic layouts, and this is the one that I did, and you can see how easily that came together and how quickly you can create such an effective layout with all of your scraps. So I thank you for watching, giving up time, joining me in my scrapping adventure. I really appreciate the time it takes, and you can see how those clusters are easily made yet are so effective. So I'm Kathy from Kathy Loves to Scrap, and you can follow me on Instagram, and don't forget that's where all my layouts end up, even the ones that I don't have videos for. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to watch everybody else in the playlist. I'm scrapping with you from down under. Give me a like if you like it. It lets YouTube know that you like what I'm doing. If you haven't already done so, give me a subscribe. It costs you nothing. And leave me a comment and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching. Happy scrapping. Until next time.